Okay, so for number one, what do I remember about vocabulary instruction from school? So my all of my elementary teachers, I remember, had a vocab list, and they would implement this every week during the required reading we were doing during our reading time at school. We would have our spelling words, but we would then have a 5 sentence like part at the end using the vocab words to fill in the spots in the sentences. That didn't happen until like third grade, I think. But I remember most of my teachers in my secondary grades, not my primary grades, all got together, and if they heard any of us using the vocab words in our everyday conversation, they would give us a point. Or if we would go be like, "Hey, me and so just were talking at lunch, and she used her vocab word," and we would give the context and everything. It was all about the points for the treasure box. And so that's how they got us actively engaged in the learning the vocab so that we could use them to earn those points. And I think it was effective because it motivated us to get the most amount of points we could get to get those prizes. But also, if we scored a 5 on our TCAP writing assessment and used the vocab words and our teacher looked over it and everything, she would have like a bigger prize for us who all scored a 5 and used those vocabulary words to improve their writing and diction during that test. Over time, knowing a word with the expanded 5 dimensions. So the 5 dimensions are generalization, application, breadth, precision, and availability. Breadth really appealed to me because of the repetition of the word and the recalling of the word and using the word. I think that's the best implementation of using vocab words in everyday life. I think it just makes your vocabulary more broad and you can use it in different ways, and it makes you sound more intelligent and articulate and everything. So I think that's one of the best dimensions to really focus on in not necessarily secondary but also in primary grades. So after I read and listened to the read aloud of Crown and Ode to a Fresh Cut, the message the author is sending, I think, is to be confident and proud and just really loving yourself about when you get that fresh haircut. It gives you like this power and this view to everybody that you hold the power of looking good and feeling good, and gives you all of the steps and all of these beautiful adjectives to build up someone's confidence to be proud of that haircut. The message does promote care and love, in my opinion. It makes you feel proud, it makes you feel good about yourself, and it gives more insight to having a fresh cut to make you look good. It makes you feel empowered by your fresh cut. It gives kids the confidence and the kind of what's the meaning? It's like the world is on your shoulders kind of thing. It makes you feel good, empowered, and everything. So the vocab words that caught my attention were in the beginning of the story. It was like chair, museum, royalty, cape, roads. And in the middle of the book, it was confidence, geography, fresh, sidewalk, shine. Towards the end, it was majestic, Saturn and Mars, and butterscotch. So if I had to organize these words into the 3 tiers, I think the first tier being like everyday words and everything, like chair, sidewalk, fresh. And then for tier 2, we're getting a little bit more. So I would do like confidence and royalty and majestic. And then for the third, being more like categorized to a certain thing, I would put like Mars and Saturn into that since it's a specific thing. I really enjoyed this book though. I will so be using it in my future classroom for sure. I think it's a very powerful story for the kids to read.